Hello everybody. In this lecture we are going to discuss about Gandhiji's concept of satyagrah, meaning of satyagrah, nature and evaluation, and then we will discuss the distinction between satyagrah and passive resistance. Mahatma Gandhi was the greatest freedom fighter, as we all know, and he developed a unique non-violent method of fighting injustice, inequality, that is satyagrah. Gandhiji adopted satyagrah as a new mode of struggle for attaining Indian independence. Gandhiji said about satyagrah that satyagrah basically means fighting injustice by voluntarily submitting oneself to suffering. Gandhiji is here saying that a person who is going to adopt a method of satyagrah must submit voluntarily, that he will feel different kind of difficulties while attaining his due share through the method of satyagrah. Coming on the literal meaning of the word satyagrah, the word satyagrah has been taken from the Sanskrit origin, where satya means truth and agrah means polite persuasion. Therefore, the meaning of satyagrah is the force which is born out of truth and love, and which in turn encourages one to resort to non-violent method to persuade anyone to listen to the truth. Satyagraha therefore means holding to truth. Gandhiji said that satyagraha means resisting anything that is unjust, undue, by love, compassion to others, and self-suffering and self-purification. According to Gandhiji, negative force of hatred can only be fought with equal and opposite force of love, affection, strength and compassion. Gandhiji adopted the method of satyagrah first in South Africa because he himself feel and experimented and feel the racial discrimination there. Owing its success there, he used it as a weapon against the Britishers to achieve freedom, to achieve independence. Satyagraha was therefore a novel method of mass agitation in India. According to Gandhiji, the idea of satyagraha emphasis are based upon truth, love, non-violence and persuasion. Satyagraha appeals the conscience of the oppressor by the power of truth, love, non-violence, which was bound to win. Therefore, satyagraha as a non-violent method given by Gandhiji is based upon truth, love, non-violence and persuasion. Gandhiji, while developing his practical method of satyagraha, influenced by the following philosophers apart from other philosophers. He influenced from Leo Tolstoy's book The Kingdom of God is Within You, John Ruskin's book Unto the Last, and Henry David Thoreau Civil Disobedience. The doctrine of satyagraha was an extension of rule of family life in political arena. Gandhiji held that family dispute and differences were generally settled according to law of force and law of affection. Therefore, satyagraha as a non-violent weapon, non-violent method adopted by Gandhiji, which also inspired Nelson Mandela's struggle in South Africa under apartheid, Martin Luther King's Jr. campaign during civil rights movement in United States of America, and similar other movements like Dalai Lama's movement, etc. These are the few examples that shows that Gandhiji's concept of satyagraha have been adopted by different philosophers. For Gandhiji, satyagraha was a moral force which is born out of truth and non-violence. He even says that truth is the basic and cardinal principle of satyagraha. He says that truth is God and God is truth. Gandhian philosophy of satyagraha is a natural outcome of the supreme concepts of truth. Satyagraha means the exercise of purest soul force against all injustice, inequality, oppression, exploitation, suppression. Satyagraha is an inherent birthright of a person. It is not merely a sacred right, but it can also be a sacred duty. Gandhi has referred to some experiences of satyagraha practiced in his own family life. Satyagraha as conceived by Gandhiji is not a formula of social and political disintegration. A satyagrahi must have first rendered willing obedience to the laws of the state. Therefore, the Gandhian concept of satyagraha is based on the philosophy, very important philosophy, that If the cause is true and if the struggle was against injustice, then physical force was not necessary to fight the oppressor. Through non-violent methods, a satyagrahi could appeal the concerns of the oppressor by the power of truth, which was bound to win. This is the basic philosophy on which the concept of satyagraha is based. Gandhiji is saying that if the cause is true, if the cause is just, a person must adopt the non-violent method to get his own due share. Gandhiji further said that a satyagraha excludes the use of violence in any shape or form, whether in thought, speech, or deed. He put some conditions which are necessary for success of satyagraha. These are: a satyagrahi should not have any hatred in his heart against the oppressor. He should always be very polite, very respectful, very honored against the oppressor. He should not become very forceful against the oppressor. Second is, the issue must be true and substantial. The issue on which a person is claiming, person is using the satyagraha must be true and very substantial. Third is, satyagrahi must be prepared to suffer till the end for his cause. Satyagrahi must be ready for any kind of disturbance, any kind of suffering for gaining his or her due share. Gandhiji believed that a satyagrahi must undergo training to ensure disciplined life and disciplined way through which he can attain his justice. He wrote that only when a people have proved their active loyalty to obeying many laws of the state, that they acquire the right of civil disobedience. He therefore made strict discipline as part of the satyagraha. He said that disciplined life is necessary for satyagrahis. Disciplined method is very essential for satyagrahis. First, he says that appreciate to other laws of the state and obey them voluntarily. Second is, tolerate these laws even when they are inconvenient. Third is, be willing to undergo suffering, loss of property, and to endure the suffering that might be inflicted on family and friends. There are some notable examples of satyagraha that are practiced by Gandhiji. First is Champaran Satyagraha, second is Khidda Satyagraha, and third is Ahmedabad Satyagraha. Champaran Satyagraha started in 1916 by Mahatma Gandhi from Bihar in support of indigo planters against the plantation system. This was the first kind of experiment that Gandhiji started satyagraha in India after coming back from South Africa. The second is Khidda Satyagraha. It was held in 1917 in Gujarat, where the peasants affected by crop failures and Britishers and British colonizers demanding to pay heavy taxes. And therefore, the peasants were unable to pay taxes, and Gandhiji started the satyagraha here against the Britishers, that the peasants could not pay the tax. Third is Ahmedabad Satyagraha in 1918, that itself also held in Gujarat. This was the first satyagraha that was not against the Britishers. It was against those persons, those factory mill owners or cotton mill owners who are not paying compensation to the farmers. Therefore, he started satyagraha here and demanded some kind of compensation for these poor people. These are the three notable examples of satyagraha, how Gandhiji adopted the method of satyagraha and non-violent method for fighting against injustice and oppression. Gandhiji said that a satyagrahi must have first rendered willing obedience to the laws of the state. Gandhiji said that a person who is going to adopt satyagraha must have the willing obedience of all laws of the state. He himself said, a satyagrahi obeys the laws of the society intelligently and his own free will, because he considers it to be sacred duty to do so. It is only when a person has thus obeyed the laws of the society he is in a position to judge as to which particular rules are good and just, and what are just and unjust rules of the society or the oppressor. Therefore, he claimed to have the natural abiding. The capacity of civil resistance came from the discipline of undergoing in the process of obeying civil and moral laws of the state. A satyagrahi, while resisting the laws of the government, should see the social structure is not subverted. Satyagraha, therefore, is the search for truth and a determination to reach the truth. Let's discuss on the distinction between satyagraha and passive resistance. There is clear distinction between the concept of satyagraha and passive resistance. Passive resistance does not exclude the use of physical force or violence for the purpose of gaining one's end. However, satyagraha excludes the use of violence in any situation. Therefore, passive resistance uses physical force in some times, whereas satyagraha does not the use of force, does not claim for use of. Therefore, Gandhiji believed that satyagraha had a wider meaning than passive resistance. For Gandhiji, passive resistance is a weapon of weak and does not exclude the use of physical force or violence for the purpose of gaining one's end. But satyagraha has been conceived as a weapon of strongest and excludes the use of violence in any shape or form. Therefore, Gandhi here clearly makes the distinction between satyagraha and passive resistance. He says that satyagraha is based on truth and non-violence, whereas satyagraha sometimes use force as a weapon for gaining the justice. So the motive behind satyagraha was not to destroy or harass the opponents, but to convert him or win him over sympathy, patience and self-suffering. Gandhiji very clearly made the distinction between passive resistance and satyagraha in the following lines. He says that satyagraha is more dynamic than passive resistance. Secondly, he says satyagraha can be practiced at all levels, that is, domestic level, national level, international level, whereas passive resistance, which sometimes use physical force, is contemplated at a political level only. It is only used at a political level. It's not used at at all other levels. He further says that satyagraha offers continuous purification of mind, while passive resistance may be compatible with internal violence towards the enemy. Gandhiji said that satyagraha differs from passive resistance as the North Pole from the South Pole. Passive resistance is often looked upon as preparation for arms and was conceived as a weapon of the weak and does not exclude the use of physical force or violence for the purpose of gaining one's end. Therefore, Gandhiji very clearly says that in passive resistance, force is used, violence is used for the purpose of gaining one's end, whereas satyagraha was conceived as a weapon of the strongest and excludes the use of violence in any shape or form. In satyagraha, there was no attempt to coerce or terrorize the opponents. Therefore, passive resistance is used in orthodox English sense and has been regarded as weapon of the weak and does not exclude the use of physical force or violence for the purpose of gaining one's end, whereas satyagraha was conceived as weapon of the strongest and excludes the use of violence in any shape or form. Mahatma Gandhi therefore himself distinguished satyagraha on the more limited terms of passive resistance. He says that I have drawn the distinction between passive resistance as understood and practiced in the West and satyagraha before I had evolved the doctrine of the latter to its full logical and spiritual extent. I often used passive resistance and satyagraha as synonymous terms, but as a doctrine of satyagraha developed, the expression of passive resistance gives even to be the synonymous, as passive resistance has admitted to the violence and use of physical force. Moreover, passive resistance does not necessarily involve complete adherence to truth under any circumstances. Therefore, he is saying that passive resistance sometimes use physical force or violence. Therefore, it is different from satyagraha totally. And he says that satyagraha is the weapon of the strong because it admits no violence under any circumstances whosoever are, and it ever insists upon truth. In conclusion, we can say that satyagraha is different from passive resistance because of three essential characteristics. That is, satyagraha is the weapon of strong people. person who are very strong, determined and dedicated can adopt the method of satyagraha and is different from passive resistance. It admits no violence under any circumstances whatsoever. Therefore, it is different from passive resistance where some kind of force or violence is used at any time. And third, it always insists upon truth. Satyagraha always insists upon truth, and Gandhiji says that truth is the basic principle of Satyagraha. He equated truth as truth is God and God is truth. He further says that a person can adopt the Satyagraha who wants to follow all the rules of the state, and therefore Satyagraha is the basic concept as an alternative method for gaining independence in India. Many of the contemporary challenges related to war, peace, terrorism, human rights, sustainable development, climate change, socio-political unrest and political administrative corruption could be faced through adoption of the Gandhian way. The 21st century world have much to learn from it. Therefore, the concept of Satyagraha given by Gandhiji is very relevant today because it is based on non-violence, it is based on truth, and it is totally different from passive resistance. Thank you.